Well, hello there.
Welcome back to Marvelous Videos. I'm Rylan. Okay, so we're gonna start off today with a question. Let alone superheroes, what is up with Marvel making the greatest supervillains of all time? I mean, come on, do they even want their heroes to win? Anyway, coming back to the topic of today's video, we're going to be talking all about Mephisto. Since he is originally depicted as a demon from German folklore, this guy is quite literally a legend. So, what exactly is he doing in the Marvel Universe? Being a menace, of course. He represents everything wrong with our world. Greed, thirst for power, and most importantly, unchecked ambition. His main gig here in Marvel is giving people what they want in exchange for their souls, knowing full well that human greed is indistinguishable. So, without waiting any further, let's delve deeper into the character Mephisto. But before we get into our explanation, we do just have one very small request. If you like our content, then please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is just a small click for you, but for us, it means a lot. Thanks! Now, let's begin. Who is Mephisto, the Prince of Devils? Mephisto draws his roots from various sources, with his character being heavily influenced by the concept of the devil, or demon figures present in different mythologies and religious traditions. His name itself is reminiscent of Mephistopheles, a demon famously featured in Johann Wolfgang von Goethe's Faust. Mephisto used the term hell to refer to his extra-dimensional world in order to capitalize on Earthlings' belief in a single devil, often referred to as Satan, who controls hell. We'll later find out if that's actually true or not. Mephisto, to some extent, does talk about his origins in Silver Surfer Volume 3, issue number 45, to none other than Thanos, the Mad Titan. He explains that the divine being, who formerly held all the Infinity Gems, was responsible for bringing him to life. He made Mephisto and the demons because he was bored with himself, but had no idea that they would turn disastrous. When he realized their true nature, he annihilated them. But Mephisto and the demons were revived when this omnipotent being committed suicide. He further explained that he literally cannot be good, as that divine being didn't exactly know about good as a concept. However, in another one of Marvel Comics, the Elder Gods exiled Mephisto's previous incarnation, Satanish the Supreme, after which he was converted into Mephisto, Thor, and Satanish. He is just another origins unknown character of our lives. Does he have any physical form? Well, yes, but then again, not really. He can manifest himself into any shape, since he is more of a force than a physical creature. His range of appearances extends well beyond a skinny red character that we frequently see. The only thing constant about him is his fiendish grin, a smile. Mephisto can adopt various shapes, forms, and sizes, as his appearance in front of mortals indicated. He has the ability to change into any person or animal, or even his red-skinned demon-esque look. This shape-shifting ability of his often helps him to lure in his prey, as well as fight them, because, well, he can literally be anything. His range of shape-shifting is quite crazy. In Ghost Rider, he looks more like a mafia don that you definitely wouldn't want to mess with, while during his battle with Doctor Doom and Doctor Strange, he is shown to be an unimaginable embodiment of evil, with many distorted pictures within him. We frequently observe his various forms, because he is always changing, but we never see his genuine, authentic form. Mephisto's shapeshifting often serves as a chilling reminder that appearances can be deceiving, and that the true nature of evil might be lurking just beneath the surface. Is Mephisto actually Satan in the Marvel Comics? On multiple occasions, Marvel seems to have insisted that Mephisto's world is neither the biblical hell nor Pluto's Olympian Hades. However, Mephisto's recurrent appearances in Marvel Comics raised ongoing speculation among fans regarding his alignment with the Judeo-Christian portrayal of Satan. Fortunately, insights are provided through his initial encounter with the Sorcerer Supreme in Doctor Strange numbers 15 and 16 from 1976. Amidst his presence in hell, Mephisto presents himself to Strange as Satan, Lucifer, and Mephistopheles, refraining from directly using the moniker of Mephisto. This absence of the name Mephisto in both the Faust legend and the mentioned comics suggests that the Satan Doctor Strange encounters is likely a disguise assumed by Mephisto. A more distinctive perspective on Mephisto's origins is provided in the 2020 comic Spirits of Ghost Rider, Mother of Demons. This narrative reveals that prior to Adam's encounter with Eve, he crossed paths with Lilith, a presumed fallen angel who bore his offspring. God's elimination of Lilith's child and her exile to hell ensued due to her perceived rivalry. This comic also hints at Mephisto's involvement as Lilith's next partner, potentially portraying him as the serpent that entices Eve in the book of Genesis. Be it not explicitly, but Spirits of Ghost Rider does lean towards the notion of Mephisto being the actual Satan. What are the mystical deals of Mephisto? Mephisto tempts Marvel superheroes and other characters with the fulfillment of their greatest wishes in exchange for a high price, frequently their souls, memories, or crucial events in his demonic contracts, known as mystical deals. These Faustian bargains are one of his most important traits. In all of his depictions throughout the Marvel Universe, a lot of superheroes seem to have fallen into his trap. But let's take a look at some of the most noteworthy mystical deals. Number 1. Spider-Man's marriage, One More Day. One of Mephisto's most infamous deals involves Spider-Man. After Peter Parker's Aunt May is seriously injured, he and his wife Mary Jane make a desperate plea for help. Mephisto offers to save Aunt May's life in exchange for erasing Peter and Mary Jane's marriage from existence. The deal is struck, and as a result, their marriage is undone, leading to a controversial storyline known as One More Day. Number 2. Ghost Rider's Curse, Ghost Rider Volume 2. In a series focusing on Ghost Rider, Mephisto plays a pivotal role by offering Johnny Blaze a deal to free him from his curse as the Ghost Rider. However, the deal is designed to exploit Blaze's desperation and desire for freedom. As expected, the deal results in unforeseen consequences, as well as a twisted turn of events that we're not exactly going to spoil for you. Number 3. Silver Surfer's Freedom, Silver Surfer Volume 3. Mephisto's deals often revolve around him exploiting desires. In a Silver Surfer story, he offers Norrin Radd a chance to regain his freedom after serving as Galactus' herald. However, his freedom comes at a steep cost, as Mephisto seeks to add the Silver Surfer's soul to his collection. We've all heard of the term Soul Sister. Well, in Mephisto's case, he's more of a Soul Sinister. Can he steal someone's soul without any pact? The short answer is no. He is quite a gentleman in this case. In most Marvel storylines, Mephisto's power to claim souls relies on the establishment of a contractual agreement. These contracts symbolize the moral choices and personal sacrifices that individuals willingly take, often driven by their desires, weaknesses, or even desperation. The essence of these deals captures the traits of Mephisto's character as a grade-A gaslighter, while simultaneously proving how human greed truly knows no bounds. There is always a price to their loyalty, and Mephisto knows this very well. Mephisto can grant practically anything in exchange for something that a person has, typically their soul, through a Faustian bargain. It is almost impossible for the victim to refuse to comply after the agreement is signed. The victims will be able to faintly recollect making a bargain with Mephisto, but he can also exploit this deal to keep them constantly under his control and even prevent them from forgetting it. Mephisto can usually only reverse the agreements that he's made with his victims. However, depending on the details of the agreement, certain victims may be able to free themselves. That said, it's not just humans that fall for his shenanigans. Superheroes like the Scarlet Witch and Spider-Man have even found themselves in the deep trenches because of this guy. Is Mephisto immune to the Penance Stare of Ghost Rider? What exactly is the Penance Stare, you might be wondering? Well, the Penance Stare is a supernatural ability wielded by the Ghost Rider. A target's soul is fully exposed to the weight of their own previous sins, as well as their wrongdoings when the Ghost Rider fixes eye contact with them. It causes the victim great terrible torment, making them feel all the suffering and pain that they've brought onto others. It's a form of karmic retribution, as the pain inflicted is proportionate to the suffering that they've inflicted on others. This ability is especially effective against those with a guilty conscience, evoking a sense of profound remorse and punishment. So take a second to fully answer this. Do you think it would work on Mephisto? Well, here's a hint. Absolutely not. As we mentioned before, the ability is effective against people who have, at some point or other, any level of conscience, which Mephisto definitely lacks. He is just plain evil, without a shred of goodness to ever touch his being. He simply cannot feel guilt or remorse. Besides that, Mephisto's soul is different from that of a regular human. His essence is seeped with darkness and sin, and he doesn't exactly have the same connection to the human experiences that the Penance Stare taps into. He can manipulate memory. Mephisto has a creepy ability to mess with people's memories. It's like he's a wicked magician, changing the things that characters remember. He can make heroes believe things that never happened, or forget any important stuff. Though this messes with people's emotions, Mephisto couldn't really care less, and keeps doing what he wants. Think of it as though he's editing a movie in someone's mind. He can cut scenes, add new ones, and even change how some characters feel about certain things. So a friend might suddenly become an enemy in their memories. Or he might switch around a big victory, turning it into a huge failure. But messing with somebody's memories isn't easy. Our minds are like puzzles, and Mephisto's changes can make things feel strange and confusing. People might get a weird feeling that something's not right. even if they can't put their finger on it. This makes them doubt themselves and question what's real. He has done this to even the likes of our beloved Spider-Man. In an attempt to save Aunt May, Spider-Man decided to make a deal with him, and using his memory manipulation powers, he made the entire world forget the real identity of Spider-Man. He can manipulate reality. Although Mephisto is well recognized for his control over the spirit world, it's possible that his cosmic abilities are still a mystery. He can do the most subtle as well as big important tweaks in the fabric of multiple realities. By making a little change to the Earth 616 reality, Mephisto was able to establish the world's Earth 7161 and Earth 71241. Now that we think about it, he keeps running into Spider-Man quite a number of times. In exchange for their cooperation, Mephisto inserted the Earth 81545 reality into Earth 616, making Spider-Man and Mary Jane forget about their marriage. The effects of the narrative are still being felt, as Peter and Mary Jane are still single, and the legitimacy of their marriage is an unresolved question of chronology that no one really looks into. But Mephisto was able to completely wipe it out of existence, proving that he had the ability to change both space and time. Mephisto plays a significant role by attempting to gain control over Franklin Richards, the son of Mr. Fantastic, Reed Richards, and the Invisible Woman, Susan Storm. Mephisto manipulates events and creates illusions to deceive the Fantastic Four and further his own plans. The chaos he causes seems to be never-ending. He can capture the astral bodies of recently deceased human beings. Mephisto has special powers that allow him to catch and keep the spirit parts, kind of like soul covers, of people who have recently passed away. But this isn't Pokemon. He can't catch them all. There is a limit to his soul-catching game. We're still in the dark about what the rules are that allow him to play with human souls, or how exactly he does his soul-catching trick. It seems like that the deal is the person who passed on has to agree to Mephisto's rules. They gotta raise their hand and say, "I volunteer." How someone can break free of Mephisto's hold is still a mystery. Johnny Blaze seems to have cracked the code. However, at the moment, no one else has. And as for Mephisto's control over these souls, does he keep it forever? Well, that's just yet another puzzle that we're trying to solve. Does he have any children? The short answer is yes. Yes, he does. And they are, quite literally, the spawns of Satan. He notably has two children, Mephisto and Blackheart. Both of them seem to take after their father. Blackheart is like a super evil version of his dad. He causes chaos and tries to be even worse than Mephisto. And then there's Mephisto, who is quite literally a demon lady. She's a mix of good and bad and adds a twist to the family. Blackheart tries to be scarier than his dad and often fights the heroic Ghost Rider, whereas Mephisto has interacted with the Ghost Rider in various storylines. She appears as a character with her own agenda, sometimes helping and at other times hindering Ghost Rider's actions. Mephisto is a bit more complicated. She's not all bad, but she's barely any good either. Besides these two, Mephisto's family has more members in different comics. In the Vision and the Scarlet Witch series, Wanda Maximoff and Vision, both members of the Avengers, experience a unique event where Wanda becomes pregnant and gives birth to twin boys named William and Thomas. However, it is revealed that Mephisto was involved in manipulating the reality of their birth. The twins are actually fragments of the soul of Mephisto himself, and their existence is merely part of a larger scheme. Is Mephisto immortal? A hard yes on that one. He isn't exactly a physical being in the first place. He is made entirely of energy. Even though his physical body is vulnerable and destructible, he can regenerate again in his own hell dimension as soon as his physical body gets killed. Because of this, he is essentially immortal. He endures across ages, unfazed by the passing years that affects mortals. Is he stronger than One Below All? This is where we're gonna have to say no. He has acknowledged that he isn't as strong as the One Below All. Mephisto claims that the One Below All isn't definitely strong, and even that he would be powerless to go up against him. The One Below All may be the real devil, if there ever was one in the Marvel Universe. Gamma radiation, which gives the Hulk and many other characters in Marvel their abilities, originates from the One Below All. Mephisto is just in charge of the lowest realm of hell, so nothing really serious.
Mephisto. Johnny Blaze, you made it. I'm impressed.
Marvelous verdict. Mephisto, the wickedly fascinating character from Marvel, has us all intrigued. With his sneaky tricks and devilish charm, does that actually work? You can't be devilish if you're literally the devil. Either way, he is definitely the ultimate troublemaker. In a way, he keeps us humble by reminding us time and time again just how insanely self-indulgent and greedy that we can truly be. Remember, even in a world of good guys and bad guys, he's proof that things aren't always what they seem. They can sometimes be a whole lot worse. Anyway, if you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to leave us a like and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Until next time, have a good one and be safe.